Athena, and welcome to the Life Learning Institute. Did you know that a staggering number of people struggle with people-pleasing? It's true, this behavior is more common than you might think. Research suggests that a significant portion of the population struggles with this issue, often without even realizing it. This isn't just about being nice. It's about a deep-seated need for approval and acceptance. It's a pattern of behavior that can have serious consequences for mental and emotional well-being, affecting every aspect of life. People-pleasing is often linked to increased anxiety, depression, and a diminished sense of self-worth. It can lead to a constant state of stress. We're talking about a hidden epidemic of emotional exhaustion and unfulfilled potential, where individuals feel trapped in their own lives. The pressure to please others can be relentless, leaving little room for personal growth or happiness. It's a heavy burden to carry, one that weighs down the spirit and saps energy. But why do so many of us fall into this trap? What drives this need to constantly seek approval? And more importantly, how can we break free from these chains of expectation and find true freedom? Let's dive in and explore the world of people-pleasing, uncovering its roots and discovering the path to genuine connection and self-acceptance. Together, we can learn to value ourselves for who we truly are. People-pleasing is like a chameleon, constantly adapting to different situations and relationships. It can manifest as constantly saying yes to requests, even when you're already stretched thin and exhausted. It can look like suppressing your own needs and opinions to avoid conflict and maintain peace. At its core, people-pleasing is about prioritizing others' approval over your own well-being and happiness. It's about seeking validation from external sources rather than cultivating it from within yourself. This constant need for approval can be exhausting and ultimately unfulfilling in the long run. It prevents us from showing up authentically in our relationships and living in alignment with our core values. The toll of people-pleasing is significant. When you're constantly trying to please everyone else, you neglect your own needs. Burnout becomes inevitable. Stress levels skyrocket as you juggle the demands of others while ignoring your own limits. Perhaps the most insidious effect of people-pleasing is the erosion of your sense of self. When your actions are constantly driven by external validation, you lose touch with your own desires, passions, and values. You become a shadow of your true self, living a life dictated by the expectations of others. This loss of identity can lead to feelings of emptiness, resentment, and a profound sense of being lost. Unmasking the roots of people-pleasing. People-pleasing often stems from deep-seated fears and insecurities that have been ingrained over time. The fear of rejection is a powerful motivator that can drive many of our actions. We crave connection and belonging, seeking out the comfort of social bonds. And the thought of being rejected or abandoned can be terrifying, leading to anxiety and stress. So we contort ourselves, trying to fit in and gain acceptance from those around us, even at the expense of our own well-being and mental health. The desire for approval is another driving force behind people-pleasing behaviors. We all want to be liked and appreciated by those we care about. But for people-pleasers, this desire becomes all-consuming and overwhelming. It's as if their worthiness is dependent on the constant validation of others, making them feel trapped. This can stem from childhood experiences, societal conditioning, and the need to fit in, or a combination of factors that shape our behaviors and beliefs. Understanding the underlying reasons for people-pleasing is crucial for breaking free from its grip and reclaiming our true selves. A life half lived. A story of people-pleasing. I've witnessed firsthand the devastating effects of people-pleasing. It's a silent struggle that many endure, often without realizing the full impact it has on their lives. I once knew a woman named Sarah, a talented artist who would always put others' needs before her own. Her passion for art was evident, but it was often overshadowed by her desire to make everyone around her happy. She spent years sacrificing her own dreams to please her demanding family and friends. Every time she tried to focus on her art, another request would pull her away. She said yes to every request, even when it meant neglecting her own well-being. The constant pressure to be everything for everyone else left her feeling drained and unappreciated. Sarah's people-pleasing took a toll on her mental and physical health. The stress and anxiety became a constant companion, affecting every aspect of her life. She suffered from chronic anxiety, insomnia, and a deep sense of unfulfillment. Her nights were sleepless, and days were filled with a sense of sadness and exhaustion. She had lost sight of who she was and what truly mattered to her. The mirror reflected a stranger, someone who had forgotten her own dreams and desires. It wasn't until Sarah hit rock bottom that she realized the total extent of her people-pleasing and the damage it had inflicted on her life. The moment of realization was both painful and liberating. She finally understood that her worthiness was not contingent on the approval of others. She began to reclaim her life, one step at a time. She deserved to prioritize her own needs and pursue her own happiness. Sarah's journey to self-discovery was challenging, but it led her to a place of peace and fulfillment. Breaking free. The power of no. Breaking free from people-pleasing is a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. It requires setting boundaries, honoring your own needs, and learning to say no without guilt or apology. It's about recognizing that it's okay to disappoint others sometimes. Your worthiness is not dependent on their approval. Start by identifying the situations and relationships that trigger your people-pleasing tendencies. Once you're aware of the patterns, you can begin to challenge them. Practice setting small boundaries at first, gradually increasing the challenge as you gain confidence. Remember, saying no to others often means saying yes to yourself. Choosing you. The path to authenticity and joy. Choosing to prioritize yourself is not selfish. It's essential for living a fulfilling and meaningful life. When you let go of the need to please everyone else, you create space for your true self to emerge. You allow yourself to pursue your passions, cultivate meaningful relationships, and live in alignment with your values. This journey of self-discovery can be challenging, but it's ultimately the most rewarding adventure you'll ever embark on. Embrace the power of setting boundaries, prioritize your own well-being, and step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. The world needs your authentic self, not a version of you that's constantly trying to please everyone else. Choose you. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, like, and share it with others. Don't forget to subscribe to the Life Learning Institute for more insights on living authentically. Until next time, prioritize yourself and break free from people-pleasing.